welcome back to ConsciousWidow channel. Make sure you subscribe. Please subscribe. Like, comment, and I would love to see the comments because I will read every one of them and say something back, comment back, or whatever. I appreciate it. But it's my boy Kwame Brown here. Make sure you subscribe to Kwame Brown Bus Life. This man right here is he changing the game. He ain't changing the game. He creating his own game, honestly, because he's Geechee. And I'll get into the history of Geechee and why I connected as soon as he said Geechee. That so many of these boys need to hear. These men need to hear. These women need to hear. Everybody need to hear. If you black, you need to be listening to this man. If you black, you need to be listening to this man. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I don't have a whole lot of commentary to say on pretty much any video I do that I'm showing you to somebody, because what they saying is the message. I'm just pulling it out so y'all can see or hear what they saying, because like I said, our attention span sometimes is a little short. You know what I mean? And that's okay, because as long as you get the message, that's what matters. So he said something here that I think y'all need to hear. Let's let Kwame talk.
If there's no go along, get along game, why all of a sudden, because I said put trading and coding in school, because I said we have a media that bashes black men, that talk bad about black men to lower their contracts, because I said they have a system to kick black males in the ass, you know, them little young hungry lions that can make their mama $1 million like Soldier Boy, the ones like Chief Keef that can stand and jump around in the goddamn living room and make the whole motherfucking world watch with no equipment, with no nothing. Yeah, those little boys, the ones you want to keep putting girls above because you don't want nobody to see. These little boys are fucking amazing. And that's not to take anything away from little girls, but you've been playing this seesaw battle between little boy and girl long enough. These little motherfucking boys have been doing amazing shit and getting no credit, and I'm one of them. And your sons are one of them too. How many teenagers we need to see? How many? How many have they held back with this one and done rule? How many have they held back with this fucking G League rule? Where they got to stick their hand in the pocket first. Why not direct to consumer? Maybe that's why they want to make you believe Soldier Boy crazy. Soldier Boy taught damn near the whole world, a teenage kid, direct to consumer. And no, he don't read like you. And no, he don't know how to do all the big dissertations and all the other shit like everybody else will brag about. But guess what that boy know how to do? Do some shit nobody else knew how to do. Nobody else figured that shit out for Soldier Boy. A teenage black boy. Maybe that's why they keep telling you about black girl magic and nothing about these black boys. Maybe that's why they keep designing a culture to make these black boys kill one another instead of sharing the greatness between each other. Look at how many rappers make some excellent goddamn songs. But instead of dealing with the money and focusing on the money and building empires, building your own record label, you make one beef with the other so they can kill one another and go to jail, and that way white folks back in your pocket again. This is a fucking game. It's a simulation. We're gonna get your boys either way it go. You raise these boys up in a single parent household, regardless of what you think, they gonna miss their daddy and they gonna yearn for a man. So either one or two people gonna be their daddy. The jailhouse gonna be their daddy, or before they get to the jailhouse, some street nigga gonna be their daddy. And the luck of the draw, you better hope that street nigga is a money-making street nigga and not a killer. Because now your son is gonna be a killer. Now, will that happen in all situations? Obviously not. I myself, my father went to prison, and then my mother did the best she could. But I can tell you right goddamn now, I was one mistake away without my brothers kicking my drawers in my ass when they came home from prison. without mentors, without the help of a lot of people. All because I didn't have one person, my father. Without the help of the whole goddamn village got to step in and do what one man can do, which is pat that little boy on the head and say, good fucking job. That's all I wanted to hear. I won every goddamn trophy you can think of. All I wanted was confirmation from my daddy. And that's what's wrong with a lot of these boys. We have to drop this ego, ladies. It's not taking nothing away from you by saying that your kid has half of the chromosomes in his body belong to the man that you laid with. Now, don't try to trump science, because science say those kids are going to yearn for their father. Regardless how many stories you tell them, he might have not have been a shit boyfriend. He might have been slanging that thing 50 going north. He might be a weed head, alcoholic, but to that kid, he's everything. Put your feelings to the side and don't let these white folks keep using you. I'm pretty sure that there's some ain't shit daddies that just ain't gonna work with you whatsoever. But if you turn, some of you ladies, if you turn down the aggression, if you turn down the fighting and what he did when he was with you, because that no longer matters now. Remember, he not with you. You going on the bigger and better thing. You the shit. So, with that being said, to that little girl or that little boy, he's the shit. He's the only person, if he's a real man, he's the only person that's going to speak to that daughter with truth and don't want anything from her in return. That's the only man that ain't going to lie to her. He can dust that goddamn liquor bottle off, put out that blunt, and tell her some of the best shit she ever heard in her life because he don't want nothing from her. That young man, woman, regardless of what that man did to his life, he might be able to find second life into making sure he tell his son about all the pitfalls that he went through. So don't be so quick to judge a man that done failed, because he can teach his son not to fail. A better version of himself he can place into his boy. There's no such thing as a perfect man. There's no such thing as a perfect woman. We talk this Christian talk. We talk all this holier than thou talk. But what we actually do is destroy. I got nothing but strange men that I don't know talking about me, and they don't know me. They're ignorant. But when you have an unskilled man, he'll do anything for money. When you have an unskilled woman, she'll do anything for money. So that's why so many people are talking about me. Putting trade and coding back in the schools will get a lot of people out of a job. And they know it. And it might take me out of a job. I'll get off YouTube. Because it'll be a safer environment when we don't have 14 and 15-year-old boys shooting in the middle of our streets and our malls. I used to love Lenox Mall. You think I'm going back in that motherfucker? So this is bigger than Kwame Brown. This is bigger than liking me. I got the group telling me, we can't get you in the group unless you change up what you're saying. Well, I'm not going to change up what I'm saying. Well, we wanted you to be a part of it. Well, I'm going to still be a part of helping kids, and I'm still going to be a part of trades and codings going to school. But I'll just do it from over here on the sideline. Because any politician and anybody on any school board that I'm a part of, if you not talking trade and coding, you not getting my vote. And I'm going to make sure everybody know, because I'm going to put the numbers up of what trades and coding would do for a child. It's ridiculous that you got to go through so much red tape far as I got to conform to who you want me to be just so you can look up numbers that see that this helps a child. Fuck me. This is bigger than me. I'm a flawed man. And as a Christian, you shouldn't judge me. But what you should do as an educated person is look up numbers and see what's best, what has worked, and what didn't work. And if you for the kids, you do what's best and you do what proven to work. You don't sit here and make excuses and say, because of Kwame Brown curse, we can't get behind him and we can't put trading in school. Well, fuck that. Trading was in school before I started cursing and before I got on this earth. There used to be trade schools for free. It was in high schools. And there's numbers that you can see. So if y'all don't look up the numbers by the time I get back, I'm going to put them up. Because I'm not taking no excuses about some man cursing. So don't put something that was already in school that you can look up the numbers that help these kids. Instead of having young black males waiting to turn 16 to drop out. Remember, my restaurant was in Savannah. I see these young boys, they walking by with guns in their waistband sagging so you can see these motherfuckers. It's a sad sight to see. And you can go across every hood and see the same thing. I'm the type of OG or old head or whatever you want to call me. I pull up on them. Man, what the hell you doing with a gun on sagging? They, first of all, I can see it. They can see it. The hell you doing, young nigga? Oh, man, I got beef with ain't nobody out here right now. Right now, nigga, you just putting on a show. So why you ain't in school? Oh, man, they ain't teaching us nothing. I don't want to learn about no Christopher Columbus. So the shit that I say on my live, I heard it from these babies that y'all not listening to. You don't want to do nothing but lock them up. The man say he don't want to hear shit about no goddamn Christopher Columbus. He trying to make some money. You know why he was trying to make money? He's trying to help mama. Just like the generation before, and the generation before, and the generation before that. So you want our sons locked into a position to help mama, but the only way they can go through to help mama in our culture is through athletics or rapping. That's sad. But it's 12 o'clock. That's